from the cyclocross in Dublin. Welcome to the GCN show.
Hello and welcome to the GCN show.
Coming up, there's been some expensive cycling disasters this week. We go through them and some of our biggest ones too.
We've also got news of 45,000 bikes unable to be sold. Jumbo-Visma team bikes actually being sold and a new entry into the pantheon of world's worst bike lanes.
This week in the world of cycling, we learned that Egan Bernal is currently leading the off-season Who Does the Most Hardcore training battle.
He posted this video taken during a 7-hour training ride, and I think he might be motivated.
You think, mate?
I think so.
Now, we also learned this week that Campagnolo have raised the bar on cycling luxuries. Their iconic corkscrew, which is literally a corkscrew, is now available in gold!
I wonder what style icon Adam Blythe thinks of it. Will it match his gold Beluga bike?
Well, he only needs to find €1,950 to pay for one.
Oh, ouch. You could buy, well, not very much anymore. Rear derailleur?
No, 3 rear derailleurs.
Oh, that's okay then.
Yeah. Now, we also learned this week in some news close to home that the UK's first cycling-specific roundabout has just been revealed.
The first of its kind, and perhaps the last of its kind. How many people are going to hit that curb head on?
Oh my goodness, so many. Anyway, it is nice to see expensive cycling-specific infrastructure here in the UK, but it was probably money that could have been better spent elsewhere.
An expensive disaster, just like Wout van Aert's towel mishap, which sounds very strange to say.
It does, doesn't it? A towel mishap. I mean, it's quite strange to witness it as well, though, wasn't it? At the World Cup cyclocross race in Dublin on Sunday, he somehow got a towel from a rival team mechanic caught in his cassette and rear wheel.
Just several laps after getting his shoe caught in his rear wheel too.
It's a miracle he won, isn't it? But win he did. No word, though, on if he broke his rear mech or frame, but I wouldn't be surprised if he'd broken both.
Well, sticking with the theme of expensive disasters, an old teammate of mine had a gilet fall out of his back pocket and into his rear wheel, which broke his chainstay. Cracked frame.
Oh, I mean, kind of his own fault, I guess, not putting his gilet in his pocket properly. But
Happens
still.
to the best of us, happens to the best of us. Sometimes happens and there's nothing you can do about it. This was what a former teammate's bike looked like when he pulled it out of his bike bag.
Crikey, what happened?
Well, we don't know exactly, but the tyre tracks on the bike bag probably hint at something there.
His bike got run over on a runway.
I think so. Yeah, not good, not good. Another former teammate of mine, an expensive disaster too. He crashed in a race and in the carnage landed on a spectator's bike and broke it.
You serious? Well, what happened next?
Yeah, the spectator sued him and the team.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just bike racers that suffer expensive disasters, kind of.
Well, yeah, I think the viewers have already heard my expensive disaster, breaking a Cervelo time trial bike the night before the European Championships. Still makes me wince. After trying to put the saddle up by 2 mil and then I over-tightened the clamp, I wrote the frame off and my gluing attempt failed midway through the race. It was a DNF.
Bodge, clearly. Yeah. With that feeling, though, when you've broken something, you realise something expensive and beloved has broken. It's heartbreaking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not quite so expensive. The moment I felt my shade slip off the back of my helmet and then a second later heard them get run over by the car behind me. That was pretty bad.
Same happened to me actually in the World Champs. They just fell off the back of my jersey and I wasn't going back for them.
You didn't go back for them?
I couldn't go back. I was in a race.
Wow, that's name it.
I'm sure it's not just us though. Share your pain in the comment section down below. Get it off your chest and we'll read some out next week.
Yeah, what expensive cycling disasters have befallen you or former teammates like Conor?
Now though, moving on, we've been talking about it over the last few weeks, but it's finally time. The Zwift Academy Finals 2022 launches today. Here's a sneak peek of what's to come.
We're back for the Zwift Academy Finals 2022. More than 160,000 riders from around the globe took on the challenge. But now, just 10 remain in the fight to become a professional cyclist.
Like, you've made the finals, and I was like, whoa, like, this is unreal.
I'm hoping that I'll be able to do my best. You know, that's all you can really ask for.
they will need to impress the pro team judges.
To be a pro rider for Alpecin de Koning, you have to be a strong rider physically, but also we are looking for the right mental skills, right social skills.
We're looking for talented riders that are driven and ambitious. They need to want to be the best pro rider that they can be.
And the superstar riders from Alpecin de Koning and Canyon SRAM Racing.
The level is so high at the moment. I think you have to be a good rider overall to be able to follow the bunch.
To win the ultimate prize, a pro team contract.
There's no opportunity quite like this.
I think that it's going to be super challenging. Best person will win.
The riders that will be leaving the competition are.
This is the Zwift Academy Finals, coming to GCN.
That is looking good.
Yeah, make sure you check it out. Regular viewers as well, you'll remember Il Bandito, who raced GCN's Twig, Andrew Feather, for a video a few months back actually. Well, he is one of the finalists.
Oh, that is nice. Okay, more Zwift news now, and there are a few new updates coming to the platform. The main one being an all-new map built specifically for the UCI Cycling Esports World Championships on the 18th of February. It's the first time a virtual destination has been created specifically for cycling esports competition.
Yeah, so the new virtual world is based on the city of Glasgow. It takes inspiration, apparently, from both the Scottish landscape and the city itself. Now, Glasgow, of course, is going to be the host of the 11-day UCI World Championships extravaganza next August. That's the first mega World Champs, which has got events across basically every single cycling discipline, hasn't it? Now, Zwift are going to be the official virtual fitness platform of that event as well. So this new map also builds into it and makes Glasgow the host of both the real life and the virtual World Champs next year.
The new world will feature 3 distinct courses designed for the Esports World Champs. The Punch, sorry, I just had to get that joke in, I don't know why. The Climb and the Podium. Pretty cool that a course is being built on Zwift, inspired by the Road World Championships, and then being used for the esports discipline. And I'm looking forward to seeing who comes out on top. The format actually is going to change as well, so the esports will now be totally different. It's featuring a 3-race elimination format rather than a scratch race.
That is quite a shake-up.
So it's a big shake-up. Yeah. Interesting to see how it pans out.
Very interesting. Right, now moving on, Jumbo-Visma are currently selling some of their old team bikes via online auction. Primoz Roglic's bikes, would you believe, are currently the cheapest. They've got the fewest bids. Perhaps unsurprising given their condition. They've been down the road quite a lot, haven't they? Crashed.
Yeah, you might want to avoid those ones.
Yeah.
I'd buy Tom Dumoulin's though.
Tom Dumoulin's, why?
Basically brand new, hardly used.
That is a fair point, Connor. Yeah. Good thinking. GCN should probably buy one, shouldn't we really? Because then we could just kind of keep it behind, and then in 20 years' time, we'll be able to make a retro versus modern out of it.
Yeah, keep it safe for a while. You might have won a World Masters title by then, though, Si. Although if you hadn't, you'd still have another 30 years if you're anything like Fred Schmid, the 89-year-old American who won his 38th national cyclocross title earlier this month. What a man.
I hope I will be like Fred Schmid. His racing age category is 90 plus, and there's no sign of stopping yet either. So fair play, Fred. If that isn't inspiration to get you out on your bike, I don't know what is. He even had a pop at Unbound.
Yeah, it's incredible. Nice one, Fred. What about this now, though? We read on Cycling Industry News last week that the bizarre situation with shortages in the bike world are still dire for some brands. Apparently, Rose have 45,000 bikes in stock, but they can't be sold because they're missing bits. They're missing some bits.
Missing bits. Missing 45,000 bits.
Surely that's a typo. That's a big missing bits error.
Can you imagine how stressful that must be? Talk about expensive disasters.
Well, the company director seems to be talking a good game at least, but yeah, sat on 100 million euros worth of stock. Doesn't seem ideal.
Doesn't, does it? I mean, there's a few Cervelos getting cheap. They could always buy some of those. Yeah. Hardly used, most of them.
We've said it before, but it is going to be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of years with the bike industry. Who's, forecast the best, and we're bound to find out in the next years to come.
I think we might we? Right, last bit of cycling shorts now, and we have got a new cycling jersey. Can I tell people about it? I'm just going to go find it.
I think I've got it here actually, Si.
Oh, have you?
So, yeah, here we go. All right, panic over.
Whoa.
The Evergreen Competition jersey will allow you to look good all year round.
Plus, apparently, it's GCN's first ever green jersey. What's not to love?
I know, with only a limited number available. Once it's gone, it's gone. Although, green, to me, it's lime blue. I think that's lime blue. I might be getting colourblind.
What the flip is lime blue, Connor?
Lime blue is like a kind of greeny blue. Like a lime, but blue.
There isn't a lime blue.
I swear I've seen a lime blue before.
Lime green?
Well,
what colour is a lime?
Now you think about it, it's like limey blue. It's like a mouldy lime. I'm not saying the jersey looks like a mouldy lime. I mean, looking beautiful.
Right, anyway, we better move on. Well, actually, we're going to move on slightly. We have some news on the now long-running sock colour debate. Over to Hank.
As GCN Club President, I want to settle the argument once and for all about the colour of our GCN Club Christmas socks. Now, when I was working with the design team and the Italian factory sent over the colours, we chose the cherry colour. Now, this wasn't burgundy, it wasn't maroon. Yeah, it was cherry.
Right, now it's that time of the week for hack/bodge.
Right, okay, first out of the blocks, we've got this from NCAS Baum. A quick fender. Saw this in the streets, he says, Connor. A fender made of rolled cardboard. And can I just get in first and say that is not a fender?
No, it's going to protect like your mid-hamstring area at best.
Yeah, that is absolutely
unless you've got very valuable hamstrings.
Just no.
It's a clear bodge for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to last long either because as soon as it gets wet, it's going to get soggy and just fall off, and then you'll be clearing off like soggy cardboard from your bike.
Yeah, I mean that strikes me less like an intentional mud guard that someone's made, and more like you've just run over some litter, just accidentally got stuck in your bike.
Yeah, I'd love to know what they're trying to. Maybe they've got a really valuable light that's not weatherproof, and it's trying to shield that light on there.
Maybe.
It's a bodge from us though.
100% bodge, and 74% of you lot think that's a bodge as well. So we're in agreement to start with.
Okay, right, that's a good omen. Starting with the next one, so Roadie 72, not starting second one round. I'm still put off by lime blue.
I think we're all put off by lime blue, mate.
Roadie 72 sent this one in. Handlebar comfort you can do. Of the 3 points of contact we have on the bike, this is the least explored. 3 mil of scuba neoprene can make this point of contact a point of more comfort. Want to know what it feels like? Go find a wetsuit. Handlebar covers, intended user Roadie enthusiast. Bar tape isn't great. Scuba neoprene is an alternative.
Well,
I'm right. I've got a few things because I'm an avid surfer and I know my wetsuit well. I don't agree with this.
Why not?
Well, I think mainly there's a reason handlebar tape is designed out of that fabric, and neoprene, I'm sorry, but it's going to get soggy and it's going to be quite hard to dry. For one. Also, it doesn't cope well with being kind of abrased a lot.
No.
So it's gonna wear pretty quickly. Yeah,
it's not quite stretchy, isn't it?
And it's not that grippy.
No.
Unless you have the grip on it, it's not that grippy at all. So yeah, it's a bodge.
Yeah.
In short.
Connor has listed 4 very good reasons why Roadie 72, that is a massive bodge, but 47% of people
so very divided.
say that that's a hack, which leads me to think less that people think that's an amazing idea, but more that people want more comfort from their handlebars. So
yeah,
that's really interesting actually. I don't feel the need.
I just double wrapped if I was ever wanting more comfort.
Yeah, and you can get but I suppose it's that soft touch, isn't it? Like people like a proper squidge to start with.
That's true.
But it's if you start riding your bike with a bit of aggression, you kind of don't really want squidge, do you?
Not really.
No.
I'm sure someone in the comments will find a better reason for all the reasons I've just disproved.
I think the fact that it'll go soggy and doesn't dry.
That's the main
mouldy
one.
bar tape.
Yeah.
Before you know it. Okay, next up we got this one from our own John Cannings actually. He's found this link from AliExpress of the new Trek's Madon SLR9. I've got to say, that is a weapon of a bike. If Trek have secretly got this one stashed away somewhere and they're selling it on AliExpress, I will buy that. I mean, those wheels, I don't care if they weigh a ton and are really slow. They look fast.
They look cool. It's like honeycomb effect, isn't it? Honeycomb wheels.
And talk about ISO flow. I mean, they've not just got a hole in the seat tube. They've got no seat tube.
And I like the handlebars as well, how you have like these carbon things over your hand. Imagine like on a gravel bike racking it through a hedge.
Well, also, that's like, you could crash into anything, couldn't you? Like parked cars or whatever. Like, there's no brakes, obviously, but, and also the chain, the belt looks a bit saggy, doesn't it?
It does look a bit saggy. Maybe it's got mind braking, some sort of virtual braking that's linked up to your brain waves.
Now, I did actually ask John what the price of this bike was, because I thought, rather than buying Primoz Roglic's old bike, that is where GCN should be investing our money.
Yeah, it does seem like a good bet.
Sadly, it doesn't appear that you can buy it. He said it was a clickbait link. But anyway, 34% of you lot said that was a hack.
Yeah, nice one.
I'd say it was a hack.
If it existed, I'd say it was a hack.
100%, yeah. I mean, it would undoubtedly ride like absolute pants and would weigh a ton, but
you never know. You never know.
You kind of do know.
You can't do that.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, moving on. Last up this week from Photo Ren. Better than a chimney, I've got a lighthouse. I like that. Well, you get hack for your own caption there.
Yeah.
Still testing positions on my new bike before chopping the steerer tube. Very, very wise, Photo Ren. That's right. You can only cut once on your steerer tube. Anyway, until then, I had to deal with this skyscraper. So much space, it can hold a light. A temporary hack until I can make a proper decision. You know what, right? Knowing that it's a temporary thing whilst you play around with your position, I'm gonna say that's a hack.
That's true, because I was going to bodge it straight away, but seeing it's temporary, and you may as well, make the most of it, make the most of that chimney.
Yeah, because I mean, if it was a long-term thing, I'd rather attach my light to the front of the bike and cut the potential sternum breaking chimney from my bike. But if it's only there temporarily, then, you've got less chance of breaking your sternum on a giant spike, haven't you?
Well, at least you could be well illuminated when it goes into your sternum.
Well, that's right. The surgeons could find it, couldn't they? Like, oh, there's a bit of carbon. It's got a light attached to it. Anyway, no. So I'm going to say hack. Actually,
we'll give you a hack. It's divided the audience though. Only 54 have gone for hack. Or is that 54 bodge? No, sorry, 54 have gone for bodge.
54%
so it's very
bodge.
split. We've got a lot of big split decisions this week.
We have, yeah, a lot of people on the fence. Right, well, that is all we've got time for in hack or bodge this week. Remember, of course, they're all there in the GCN app for you to vote on. We've got next week's already in the app, and then there's loads more that we don't get to choose each week. So yeah.
Yeah, nice one.
Head over to the GCN app.
I'm going to put one in now myself, actually, a good one from the weekend. So head over to the app and you'll see what I'll post.
All right.
Mysterious.
Caption competition time now. I was about to say the chance to get your hands on a GCN Elite water bottle, but I've got a new one. As a prop. So someone's obviously stolen the last one.
Probably the person who was drinking out of it during the week.
Good point.
When we weren't filming.
Yeah, that is brand spanking new, that one. Right, to enter this amazing competition, all you got to do is put a witty caption in the comment section down below. We'll pick a winner. We'll have the results first, as we do every single week. This was the photo we gave you last week. Basil Thornton capturing my horrifically embarrassing moment perfectly.
Thanks again, Basil.
Do you know, it's the wardrobe malfunction there that really grates as well. It's the fact that you can see like my undervest is rucked up, like just a total chopper in every respect. Anyway, have you picked a winner, Connor?
We have picked a winner. Thank you everyone for sending in your captions. I really enjoyed reading them all.
Thank you,
It did give me a good chuckle. I enjoyed that. But we've got only one winner, and it is Christopher Sturworth with this. Cyclocross is a new sport where you try to outrun your own bike.
Yeah, very
brilliant.
Good,
love it. Get in touch. We'll get you your bottle on its way to you as soon as we can.
Cyclocross. I tell you what, in cyclocross, there wouldn't be barriers. I've never liked barriers. I mean, I appreciate it's a fundamental part of the sport.
Yeah, but they'd also have the sock height rule and they'd have an ankle rule too. So it's like sock has to be there, ankles have to be here. That's a bit much, wasn't it?
That's a little bit harsh.
Right. We'll still be friends.
Well, I don't know. We'll have a chat about that later. Right, no, let's move on quickly. This was a photo, another cyclocross race actually. This is Aniek van Alphen just nudging Denise Betzemer in a sprint from the cyclocross race. Boom! Connor, do you want to get us started?
A heartless victory for Aniek van Alphen.
Oh, those are little hearts.
There are little hearts. Oh, that's a good little.
See what you mean? Yeah.
I think I'm getting better at this game.
Yeah. I tell you what, little paper hearts coming out of a cannon at the side of the track. I'd deal with those better than planks any day of the week.
That is true. I mean, they might get in your eye though. You could get paper cut off that. Pretty horrific paper cuts out.
Well, yeah, let's hope that Denise Betzema survived that horrific attack from a load of paper hearts. Anyway, if you think you can do better, then get involved in the comments section down below. We will pick a winner next week. And you too could get your hands on a coveted, enormous and brand new GCN Elite water bottle.
Time for comment of the week now, starting off with Salim Sanchez 89 with Conor's metaphorical creativity being next level. Wales zip ties, docks, pizza and curry.
Yeah, so if you missed last week's show, these were some of the things that Conor just sort of made up as if they were actual metaphors that we would use.
In my defence, I had quite a lot of curry. Not curry, coffee. Before last week's show, I had curry as well. Maybe it's the combination of curry and coffee.
Yeah, okay, well, there we go. To be fair, zip tying a whale to a dock, that was fair game. But this week, lime blue, a prime example.
Mixed bit of lime, mixed bit of blue. What do you get? Lime blue.
Yeah.
There is a place in town you can get pizza curry, actually. Just to let you know. You get curry on a pizza. So it is a thing. I didn't just make it up on the spot.
To be fair, a load of people at GCN Megabase here have been going to the local supermarket and getting Christmas dinner pizzas for £4.
That is a step too far.
Inflation busting, entire Christmas dinner on a pizza. I mean, it's rank, isn't it? But anyway, there we go. Certainly good value if there's any nutrition.
Solid carbs. Solid carbs.
Yes, solid carbs. Right then, next up, we've got this one from 5-string Mark. Anything that results in Si getting emotional about zip ties, like the light mount, is a hack in my book. Well, thanks for the trolling, Mark. That light mount was a clear bodge. If you're gonna print something specifically for the purpose, print something that doesn't rely on zip ties.
That is true. It's solving a problem and creating an issue.
Yes, good point.
So, moving on to the presenter challenge video. Colin Fisher, 2463, sent this one in. How disillusioned must all the other riders on Cycle Opera feel that day with you guys passing at 30 kilometres an hour on the uphill? Love the international group more, please.
Probably they'd their morale would have been picked up when they then went past the presenter, breathing out of their
I tell you
backsides.
what, this happens to me a few times presenting films for GCN when we do one little kind of scene where I'm trying to show I'm riding fast and they ride very slowly. The person I just overtakes me back. This is how I actually ride, sorry.
Yeah, fair enough. And Don Camilo said, lots of complaining for a 2-minute effort. But I love it.
That is funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. A 2-minute effort.
I mean, Manon's effort was only 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was quite some sprint though, wasn't
it? Was a devastating sprint.
It was, yeah.
Never get yourself in a head-to-head with Manon.
Yeah, very true that. Right, under top tips for buying a kid's bike, who's this? Alina Popescu said, to take Jesse's measurements, first you have to catch him. Such a sweet little child.
Thank you, yeah. He's sweet most of the time, apart from bedtimes. But it was trying to catch him to brush his teeth. It's another story.
Yeah, and then under surviving the Masters World Champs, a lot of people, one of whom is T1P1 May 0. Sounds like you've accidentally typed your password in there, doesn't it? Anyway, Losty, the comeback we all wanted. So yeah, it's true. A lot of people delighted to see Tom Last back. One or two people saying that he's aged well, which seems weird because he's gone completely white in the last 2 years. But anyway, there we go. He's only 24.
Well, there you go. Some great comments on all the videos from last week. But what have we got coming up this week, Si?
Well, this week we are Zwift Academy crazy, aren't we? So we've got episode 1 today, episode 2 tomorrow, episode 3 is on Thursday, episode 4 is on Friday, and episode 5, the results, is on Saturday.
Oh, exciting stuff. I'm looking forward to watching this.
Oh yeah, we do have other videos going out as well, and of course we've got videos on GCN Tech and GCN Racing too, but Zwift Academy was absolutely wicked last year. To make sure you don't miss out this time around as well.
I just really want to see how Il Bandito gets on.
Well, absolutely, yeah. And also, Sunday, got to talk about Sunday as well. Ollie and Alan, back at the end of summer, rode across Italy. So there you go. We got that video for you.
That's
as
where
well.
Ollie's form came from when he absolutely smashed us on the espresso ride. He just brought it forward.
Yeah, and it might actually have come from his post-ride dinner at Alan's mama's house.
Oh.
I know, how cool is that? They rode across Italy to Alan's mama's.
Are there any other directions you can ride across Italy? And I'll ask Alan if he wants to do it with me. Finishes at his mum's house.
I think you probably have to go across the Adriatic to get to his mum's house from the other direction. I suppose you can go north to south, stop
North to
halfway
south.
up.
There you go. Right, it's done. Alan, let me know. I don't eat too much. I got this big just from jeans, not from eating at all.
Right, there we go. That is it for the GCN show for this week. Enjoy Zwift Academy, basically.
Yeah, have a good one. See you next week, folks.